Gibbo presents.
It's Gibbo, and right now I'm joined by the winner of War in the East 2014. It is the one-man army, Mattia from Warrior Sounds. Mattia, it's been a week since your victory in Berlin. Has it sunk in yet?
Has it what?
Has it sunk in yet? Does it seem real?
Yeah. Right now it seems real. It always takes like a couple of days until you realize, like what happened in that night. But from the trophy reached here at my house, it's real.
Where have you been keeping the trophy? Has it left your side yet?
No. It never left my side. I took it from the club with me to the hotel in the train on the next day back to Wuppertal, right here to my house.
Can you describe your emotions for me when you were handed that trophy last Saturday in Yam? What was going through your minds at that moment?
It was a tough clash. So it was really like until I got that trophy, I wasn't sure if I would get it in that night because the crowd was so fair. It was really crowded. It was sold out. And the crowd was so fair, so, if I do a mistake, they boo me and they don't give me a point. So actually, there were other clashes in the past where I felt very comfortable in the second or third round, and I knew I'm going to take this trophy. But in this clash last Saturday, I couldn't predict anything. So at the end, I was really happy, it was really a great feeling to have that trophy then in the end. And I'm really proud of it, that I got it.
How long did you spend preparing for War in the East, and what did your preparations consist of?
Actually, it was last year in November at the clash with Supersonic, and I didn't know about that I would be at War in the East in that time, I think it was December or January when I got the call for it and agreed to do it. So, and then I started, what can I do to it's hard to build a completely new dubplate box in 4 months or 5 months, So I knew I have to play some of the songs that I played against Supersonic, and I can't really build something totally new. So I just thought, what selections can I add to my dubplate box, or which tunes will fit in it? And then I just went through, and it's a process. Every day you think about it, you go to work and you think about what dubs can work and what dubs you want to have, and it was a process. So the months or the 6 weeks before the clash, I really started to voice everything. When I had an idea of which selections I want to do, which artists I want to voice, I just started to do it then. And yeah, in the end, it turned out great, to be a good decision how I did it.
So did you spend longer preparing for this clash than any of the others that you've been involved in?
No. Actually not. Way back, 4 or 5 years ago, I didn't spend so much time preparing for clashes. But from that night where I took in 2009, where I took the French crown, from that day I realized, that I have the ability to beat big sounds and to make it in the clash arena. So from that day I took it really serious, and from that day it's always a long preparation for the clashes. From I know the date when it's confirmed, when a clash is confirmed, I directly start to think about what can I do, what songs do I want to play, and which artist I want to voice.
What strategy did you formulate for the clash, and did you manage to stick to it on the night?
Actually, with 5 sounds, it's really hard to pick a strategy and do it like that in the night, because you never know when you're gonna play, if you play first or last, and what the other sounds are going to play, if they play songs that you plan to play and stuff like that. So I try to have a lot of strategies. What will I do when I play last? What will I do when I play third, Then I played first, so actually that's okay to play first, because in the first sound you can play anything you have planned, so you don't have really to switch anything. But on the other hand, the other sounds didn't play yet, so you can't really attack them. If a sound plays weak and you play after, you can attack them right away. But if you play first, you are the first sound and you open the night, you can't really attack on the other sounds because they didn't play yet. So that was like a little bit tough for me to play first, but in the end, it's all good how it worked out. You know, like the strategy to play first. Yeah, you know, like I was hoping that I play first, second, or third, and not too late. You know, actually, that was so to play first was all right for me.
You made a point of not cutting custom dubs for the Clash. Was this simply to save on costs, or were you trying to show that they're not necessary and it's possible to win a big Clash without using them?
It's not a matter of the costs, you know. I spend money on dubplates. Don't worry about, you know, like people say, oh, Mattia, he don't spend money on dubplates, but that's not true. I spend a lot of money on dubplates and a lot of work on dubplates. But since 2009, I think I played 3 customs in my clashes. 2 of them were by local German artists, and I got them for free, and one was from Tarantula, because I really rated him. That was in 2012. But like against Magash Sound, I didn't play 1 custom. Against Supersonic, I didn't play 1 custom. In the Warner East, I didn't play 1 custom, and all 3 clashes, I've won them. So actually, what I want to do, why I don't cut customized tunes for one night, you know, like is there was a lack of sound clashes in Europe in the last 5 years. You know, right now it's looking like it's coming back. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to show the young sounds and the sounds that are coming up that they don't have to spend like 10,000 on customized tunes to enter the Clash arena, you know? I wanted to show them what I did. I didn't cut it so much new tunes. I just voiced the tunes I want to have in my box, that I want to have for a long, long time. So my strategy is when I use money for dubplates, I only buy dubplates I really want to have, and most of my dubs can be played like in a couple of years still, you know, like I don't spend the money senseless, you know, like I don't throw it away. So I don't feel like it's necessary to voice customized tunes for a Clash just for one night, you know, like you can spend that money on the artist and build like everlasting tunes, you know, that you can still play in 10 years and you still have something from it. Otherwise, you know, like you just throw them away or just put them on SoundCloud, and after a week, nobody cares about your customized tunes anymore. So I just want to show the world that it's not necessary. You can do without customized tunes, and you can spend your money wisely.
Do you think custom dubs should be allowed in clashes?
Of course, of course. Any sound should do what they want to do, and there are wicked customs out there, you know, like sometimes they get you a huge forward in a clash. But it's just my opinion, you know, like it's just, for me, I don't feel it's necessary to have it. And with the victories in the past, I proved that I'm right.
This was Diegans' first clash in Europe, and before last Saturday, they were only really known by the real hardcore Clash fans on this side of the Atlantic. Did their performance impress you? And were you surprised that it was them who you faced in the Tune for Tune rounds?
Actually, I checked some videos on YouTube from Saigon, and I realized that the MC is very good and knows how to handle a crowd, you know? And I told him that on that night too. He was the surprise of the night. He was like, he could really handle the crowd, and the crowd would give him the trophy. But the problem was that, you know, like even if the MC got a lot of people, like, in my opinion, and I think in the opinion of the people, because otherwise he would have the trophy right now, the tunes were not too special. You know, like there were a lot of tunes that you heard from a lot of other sounds, but no disrespect at all, you know, like they did a great performance, and I really rate Saigon sound from now. You know, like when they will play somewhere in Europe, near me, I will go out and go to a dance where they play, because they really did a good performance in that night, and they got the people, they have good vibes on stage, and, you know, like it was good to see them, you know, like, and to see them like that, so confident in their first clash in Europe on such a big stage. So I have to big up Saigon anytime, and if they like spend some more years on building a bigger dubplate box, they can be trouble to a lot of sounds.
Earlier on, you said the crowd was very fair. You were the only German sounds involved in the clash. Do you feel that you had an advantage in terms of support at all? Did you have more fans in the venue than the other sounds?
I'm not sure because a lot of people saw my sound play already for a fact. Because, you know, like people from all over Europe have been there and I play mostly in Europe. So a lot of people saw my sound before that clash already. But I know for a fact that, you know, like my hometown is like 500 kilometers from Berlin. And there was a bus coming from my hometown with like 40 people that went to the clash. And all of them are Sound Clash fans, you know, like when I played wrong or I played the wrong tune, that didn't connect, they booed me. And they didn't put their hands in the air and the dub fit up for me, you know? Saigon led 2-0 and the dub fit up. So actually, that shows that the people, you know, rated the music and the performance of the sounds and the speeches and the arguments and not, you know, like, it was not a friend thing, you know? Like, there was more than 500 people in the venue, so. And people from all over Europe. And in my opinion, every sound got booed, every sound got their forwards, and it was really a fair decision in the end. And nobody can complain that I took the trophy home. I took it fair and square. And once again, I have to big up Herbalize It for putting up a clash like this. And the crowd was really, it's the best clash crowd you can imagine. Was, you know, last Saturday was really like a proof that sound clash in Europe is alive and well.
I don't know if you caught my interview with Walshy Fire earlier this year, but you were his pick to win Warner Easts.
Yeah.
And he sent me a message first thing on Sunday morning and said, I had to ask you how you felt about his prediction. Did it feel good to get his endorsement?
Of course, of course. You know, like, these are things that keep me motivated. You know, like, to hear from Walshy Fire that he picks me for War in the East and, you know, like, with his arguments that he, you know, that keeps me motivated. That gives me, like, extra motivation even before the clash. In my preparation time, when I hear stuff like that, it makes me feel proud, you know? And it makes me feel like, yo, I can do it, man. I believe, you know, like, that makes it easier to believe in myself and believe in my sound. So, big up Walshy Fire anytime. So, respect, yeah.
How have the last few days been for you since the clash? Has your phone stopped ringing? Have you managed to deal with all the new Facebook friend requests?
Yo, like, actually, like, on the day of the clash, I got more messages than on my birthday, you know? Like, so much people wrote me even before the clash, because they know how important it was for me, you know, like, to reach far or win this War in the East. Because after the last years, you know, like, it was, for me, it was really, really important to win, like, this international title after all the 1-versus-1 victories with the sounds here in Europe. You know, like, it was really, like, just to prove that I'm here in the Clash Arena and I'm here to stay, you know? So it was very important to win this clash for me. And yeah, actually, like, the days after the clash, I get a lot of messages, a lot of phone calls, you know, with people, like, they wanted to talk to me and wanted to big me up and stuff like that. And also on Facebook, I got like whole heap of new friend requests and stuff like that. So yeah, it was overwhelming, you know, like the response was really, really great and feels really good, you know, like I'm thankful for this.
How many of those calls and messages were from promoters wanting to book you for an upcoming clash?
Not so much actually, because my plans for this year are like nearly closed, you know, like you know, even before that clash, I'm booked a lot, you know, like until the winter time, like I barely have free dates, you know, like to play somewhere. So like I really got a lot of bookings for this year, and I got some clash requests, but nothing is fixed yet. I'm sure that I will defend the title that I won against Supersonic in Stuttgart. That will be November 29. I will be in Stuttgart and defend my title. I don't know against who yet because the lineup isn't finished yet. But as soon as it's out, all of you will know.
So is it likely that November the 29th will be the only time you will clash again in 2014?
No, probably I will be overseas before the year ends. But this is not confirmed yet, you know. When I have the flight tickets, you will hear about it.
So, do you feel the time is right to travel to perhaps the current clash capital, New York, and show people stateside what Warrior Sound is really capable of?
Yeah, why not? If not now, you know, like, you know, now is the time. Right now, I feel like I'm ready for it, you know, like, so right now is the time for it, yeah.
Are there any sounds that you would like to call-outs, not necessarily in a disrespectful way, but that you feel you're ready to battle with and that you would like to test your skills against?
Oh, that's a hard question, man. You know, like, because people will make up something out of this when I say it. But yeah, actually, you know, like, I just feel ready. I just feel ready for more clashes. And, you know, like, there are a lot of sounds that would be, you know, like, would be nice to clash with. And yeah, actually, I don't want to call out any sound right now because people will make up stories about, you know, with it. And so, yeah, I'm just looking forward, and I will let you know when something is confirmed. I will let you know who it is and how I feel about it. But right now, I don't want to call out any names.
Well, I'll mention a couple of names that have been mentioned by other people on the internet, and tell me if you would relish the opportunity to face either of these sounds. We have Heavy Hammer, who did very well in the UK Cup Clash last weekend, and also Magash.
Okay. Heavy Hammer, actually, you know, like Rafa, big up Rafa anytime, the entire Heavy Hammer family, Jackie, Charlie, the whole crew. Maria, them big time, you know? Like, when they won in Stuttgart, just before Rhythm Clash, I hosted the clash, and I hosted the Rhythm Clash that they have won, and there's a big friendship between me and Heavy Hammer. You know, like, I really rate them, and they bring me to Italy quite often. I try to bring them to Germany as much as possible, and, you know, like, there's really a big friendship going on, but that would not stop us from clashing each other. And it will, we both know it will happen one day when the time is right and the location is right, and we feel right now, you know, like it's the right time to do it, we will definitely do it. And hold on. Check this. This is my trophy I got in a 1 versus 1 clash against Magash in 2012. So right now, I don't see a need to clash them again, 1 versus 1. If we meet like in a war, like somewhere, you know, like with other sounds involved and stuff like that, of course, but I don't see, you know, like I don't think it's necessary to do a 1 versus 1 against Magash again. No disrespect, big up Magash anytime, but I just don't feel like it's necessary to do it right now.
Even if they win their upcoming clash in New York?
No, even then. You know, like, of course, you know, like if the promoter calls and perhaps it's overseas. When it's overseas, it's a different story. But in Europe, we had that like 2 years ago, you know, like if there's a clash like with more sounds involved, I wouldn't say no, I wouldn't do it, you know, like, but the 1 versus 1 in Europe right now, in my opinion, wouldn't make any sense. So if we do it like overseas or somewhere else, or if somebody else is involved in the clash and the lineup, you know, like gets perhaps a little bit more interesting, then I would do it, of course. I'm not a person that's, but you know, like for me, right now, it's not necessary to clash them 1 versus 1.
Lastly, before we finish, I believe in addition to the trophy, Sultan gave you some prize money last weekend.
Yes.
Have you spent it? If so, what on? And if you haven't, what are you going to spend it on?
Yeah, you know, like, it took some days to realize that it was quite a lot of money because it was, in that night, it was secondary. I didn't even thought about it, you know, like, you know, like when I wake up like on Monday and Tuesday morning and I just saw the money, it was like, you know, like feeling good because, you know, like I didn't really expected the money to come in. And yeah, of course, I will spend some on doubles. I will spend some, you know, like I will put some on my bank and just save it, you know, like, and I will fulfill like a dream with a part of it, and you know, like otherwise the rest goes into doubles straight, of course. Because right now it's, you know, like right now, yeah, the next half year I will be cutting dubs like crazy. Cause right now it's the time, you know, like right now I can do it, you know. So I have to upgrade my dubplate box, and the next time I'm going to play, I want to surprise the people. So I need a lot of tunes for that, and I will spend a lot of money on that.
Mattia, congratulations on the victory, and thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you. Big up Gibbo, the entire team. Enough respect, Gibbo Presents. I love the work you do. Big up Herbalize It and Superlock for the promotion. Big up our sounds in the Clash Arena. You know, like big up each and everybody who take sound clashes and love the vibes of sound clashes. And, you know, like we have to keep it alive down in Europe. And overseas, New York, I'm ready for now.
Gibbo.